Tonight, fire crews battled the temperatures and flames in an early evening blaze at a lodge in the borderlands.
And portions of northwest Wisconsin are getting pounded with snow. Some areas seeing close to a foot, with more on the way.
Everybody's looking forward to it.
And relief is on the horizon as an Iron Range grocery store is one step closer to reopening after it was destroyed by a fire 1 year ago.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Baki.
And I'm Anthony Matt. Thanks for joining us. The first major snowstorm is dumping piles of snow all over northwest Wisconsin.
Sure is. The small town of Guile in the state's snow belt woke up to 9 inches of fresh powder on the ground. The town is about 40 miles east of Ashland and right near the Michigan border. People who live in the town were busy shoveling snow this afternoon. CBS 3's John Cardinelli caught up with some residents to find out if this is normal for this time of year.
For 68-year-old retiree Rick Swartz, heavy snow means he gets to play with one of his favorite toys.
Well, I've had that for about 15 years now, and it makes shoveling a lot easier. I shovel with the tractor. I do very little shoveling anymore. I got some health issues, and this makes it so much easier.
Swartz has lived in the Guile area his whole life, experiencing the best and worst of winter weather. He says this year hasn't been too bad.
Well, not the most. In October already, we've had 20 inches of snow, but it melts.
There's about 9 inches of snow right now on the ground in Guile, but that's not what's abnormal. What's abnormal is the extremely cold temperatures.
That's true, and we've had a really cold October with a lot of rain, which is kind of unusual.
Peg Sutherland is Rick's neighbor. She's a snow spotter with the National Weather Service.
We had a squall that came through about an hour and a half ago. You couldn't even see across the street.
If more snow decides to fall, Swartz will get another chance to play on his tractor.
That's why we live here, I guess, is because we really like it, but as far as the cold, it could be warmer. If it would be 25, 30 degrees all winter, that'd be great with me.
Now that is the way to plow snow. Locals say every year around Veterans Day they expect a similar snowfall to what they experienced today. Meanwhile, in Michigan, here's a live look at all the snow there from the Ironwood Area Chamber of Commerce's live cam. The Gogebic County Sheriff's Office is advising people not to travel between the Ironwood and Wakefield areas. They warn lake effect snow is piling up quickly and all roadways are snow covered and slippery. They say their officers have been responding to multiple car crashes.
New at 10, fire crews spent a frigid evening battling a blaze for hours in the borderlands tonight. The fire broke out in Kabetogama, Minnesota around 5 o'clock this evening. Kabetogama is about 30 miles southeast of International Falls. That fire happened at the Voyager Park Lodge. No injuries were reported, and authorities say the lodge was empty at the time of the fire. According to friends of the Northland Firewire, when crews arrived, part of a two-story structure was engulfed. The fire destroyed the lodge. The incident remains under investigation by the St. Louis County Sheriff's and Fire Marshal's offices.
Let's check in with Dave for a quick look at the weather. Dave, a lot of people seeing snow, not good road conditions. How's it looking through the night?
Well, most of us aren't doing too badly as far as the snow goes. Much of Wisconsin, all of Minnesota, really just light flurry activity. But there's the target right over the UP and the snow belt portion of northern Wisconsin, including places like Ironwood, all the way down towards Watersmeet as well. And through persistence, and the snow has been persistent by tomorrow morning, about 10 o'clock, could be 8 to 12 inches of snow in that zone. A lot of towns already receive it, about 10 or so it won't take much more to get there. All right, what do we get tomorrow? With higher pressure coming in behind that lake effect snow, we're all going to be pretty chilly tomorrow. By the lake here in the Twin Ports, 0. Could be below 0 for a lot of towns tomorrow morning, though, away from the lake. Then higher pressure brings sunshine by 3 o'clock in the afternoon. But a top temp of only 18, that's close to 20 degrees cooler than normal. How long for this latest cold snap? We'll show you the charts coming up a little bit later on.
Thanks. Thanks, Dave. And as the temperatures plummet and snow chances increase, ski hills around the region are preparing for opening day. Here's a look at Lutsen Mountains up the North Shore at around 4:30 this afternoon. They're making snow right now, and their snow guns are working overtime as they are hoping to open a portion of their hills as early as Saturday. Spirit Mountain is also making snow. The Duluth Hill announced its target opening date is November 22nd, but they hope to have their Nordic Center open this Thursday. Montauk, just outside of Duluth, hopes to open within about a week. Meanwhile, officials with Bayfield's Mount Ashwaubenon say they're making snow like crazy and are aiming for an opening date of December 15th.
Murder charges are expected to be filed this week after a deadly shooting on the Fond du Lac Reservation. It happened around 5 Saturday morning on the 3500 block of Breviter Road just outside of Cloquet. That's where authorities found 65-year-old James Couture's body. Officials say 3 other adults were at the scene. A 42-year-old man from Breviter Township has been arrested. Authorities say the shooting happened at his house. He's being held at the St. Louis County Jail awaiting charges. The investigation is ongoing.
Authorities suspect animal welfare activists are behind the vandalism of several deer stands in western Wisconsin. People reported damaged stands in Dunn, Barron, and St. Croix counties. One New Richmond man says the stilts of his stand were cut in half. The words, "The hunters will be hunted," were painted on that stand. The Barron County Sheriff says there may be a possible connection to the Animal Liberation Front. The group says on its website it destroyed 10 stands.
Wisconsin Governor Tony Evers has issued 8 more pardons. Evers issued the pardons on Sunday, a month after issuing Wisconsin's first pardons in 9 years. The Democratic governor says pardons play a very important role in our criminal justice system and society by giving deserving folks a second chance. Evers issued his first pardons to 4 people in October. His predecessor, Republican Scott Walker, never issued a single pardon over his 8 years as governor. The latest pardons were recommended by Wisconsin's Pardons Board.
Enbridge officials confirmed the company bought land owned by the city of Mellon as it evaluates options for rerouting Line 5. Mellon city council members voted to approve the deal during a meeting last week. That's despite rejecting an Enbridge land survey request last month. Enbridge says they'll pay the city $1 million for the land. That's along with community investments in the school and emergency services. Company officials say if they build the Line 5 relocation project on the land, the company will make additional investments worth more than $3 million in city projects. Enbridge officials say other routes are still being considered.
Closer to home, people in the Twin Ports honored Veterans Day with a march and a ceremony thanking those who served. About 100 vets took part in a march from the Duluth Depot to the deck. People lined the route, cheering them on. Organizers say it was a little bit chilly, but still a great event.
In the number of years that I've attended before and participated, we've had worse days by far. So it worked out very well, good crowd, lots of people on Superior Street and cheering us all the way back down to the deck here. It was wonderful.
Organizers say it was nice to see so much community support.
And after the march, vets gathered at the deck for a ceremony honoring their service and sacrifice. It included a veteran color guard. The annual event is just one way the community thanks our vets for their service.
Everyone who becomes a veteran are celebrated by their families. And that's why we're here today, to celebrate the men and women who loyally stepped out and gave their all to be our defenders.
Some local kids also sang for the vets.
The University of Wisconsin-Superior is also thanking veterans today, along with writing holiday cards for those stationed overseas. The university is also allowing veterans to use their wellness center for free this week. You can find the full schedule of events on our website, CBS3Duluth.com.
Meanwhile, $250,000 is on its way to organizations that serve Wisconsin veterans and their families. Governor Tony Evers announced those grants today. They're going to places all over the state, including Superior. The UW Superior Foundation will get $25,000 to support programming for students who served.
Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, we're taking you to Cook, Minnesota, 1 year after the city's only grocery store was destroyed in an overnight fire.
Today's high temperature only 16 degrees, and tomorrow won't be much better, but later on next week, maybe we'll get back towards that normal of 38. We'll show you the 7-day forecast coming up after our break.
Live, local, CBS3 News at 10 with Kristen Vaki, Anthony Matt, Kelly Hinson, and weather with meteorologist Dave Anderson on Live, local, CBS3.
Oh, honey, these ice cubes are too cold.
What are you doing?
Oh, hey, refilling these tires with fresh air.
Honey, she's housebroken.
That's what she wants us to think.
To us.
To us.
With the penalty-free promise, auto rates never go up from tickets or accidents. So find something else to worry about. Western National.
Why do you need fast, reliable internet? So your world doesn't turn upside down. Turn it around. Switch to Spectrum. And give your family what they deserve. Switch to Spectrum Internet for just $44.99 a month with free modem. Call 1-833-624-4499. With starting speeds of 100 megabits, you'll be able to connect your devices at the same time and with no data caps. Spectrum Internet has the fastest, most consistent download speeds based on the latest FCC report. AT&T can't say that. And with Spectrum TV, you get over 125 channels with free HD and free on demand. Plus, you get the free Spectrum TV app to stream your favorite shows and movies in and outside your home. Switch to Spectrum TV for just $44.99 a month. Call 1-833-624-4499. And no contract. Call and switch to Spectrum Internet and TV for just $44.99 a month each. Spectrum will even buy out your current contract up to $500. Call 1-833-624-4499. Turn your world around. Call now.
Continue celebrating Native American Heritage Month in November all month long at Black Bear Casino Resort. Friday, November 15th, join us for a free comedy show in the Otter Creek Event Center with the Chiefs of Comedy at 7 p.m. And every day, enjoy Native American-inspired dishes with specials at Seven Fire Steakhouse, The Buffet, and The Sage Deli. Visit blackbearcasinoresort.com for more information on Native American Heritage Month events. Make the Bear your place.
CBS3 Weather is brought to you by Kerry Toyota. Now, the CBS3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
November 11th has a history of being a pretty snowy day. Folks in the UP getting it right now. 1940, the Armistice Day blizzard. 79 years ago today, 145 people killed by that storm throughout the upper Midwest. 27 inches of snow. Back in that day, 1940, didn't have satellites, didn't have weather radar. That just nailed them. Didn't know it was coming. Now, thanks to those two inventions, we knew that that lake effect snow was coming to the UP and the snow belt, and we now know, of course, or at least we have a better hint that it should be ending by tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. So we're looking at a winter storm warning for Gogebic and Iron counties there, and a winter weather it looks like already since the last time we chatted here, Gogebic County has been downgraded to the winter weather advisory. So Ontonagon County and the Ironwood area towards Bessemer and all those places, winter weather advisory. That's a sign that things will be easing up by about 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Still drive cautiously at least until then. Right now in Duluth, we've got Arctic high pressure coming our way, so instead of getting clouds and snow like the snow belt, we've got a clear sky and cooling conditions, only 5 at the airport. Northwest wind, it's going 10 miles per hour. Relative humidity, 63%. Air pressure's pretty high at 30.59. Arctic high pressure will keep us chilly for a couple of days, but warmer weather will return, perhaps by the weekend. Right now, down to 1 below International Falls, 1 above in Hibbing, 3 above Moose Lake, and 6 big degrees in Superior. We have 5 in Hayward, 8 in Ashland, and 9 for Ironwood. So even where the cloud cover is thicker with the lake effect snow, the cold air is still undercutting that. It's chilly for everybody. Low temps could get as cold as 5 below now as we go towards tomorrow morning. Doppler outlook right now for the Upper Peninsula shows, we have downgraded to a winter weather advisory for folks in the UP, but still a winter storm warning. towards Iron County in Wisconsin. So again, a lot of snow in that neck of the woods possible. Please travel cautiously. For the rest of our region, maybe a few flurries peppering the head of the lakes here, but that's about it. Should shut off very quickly because of the advancing high pressure that's coming our way. It's going to clear things up and indeed cool things down for at least 2 days before a slow, steady warm-up starts to come our way. So let's check it out with the 7-day forecast for tonight. In Minnesota, our range of low temps inland actually could go from 7 below to about 0, maybe 0 to 5 right by the lake. 40% chance for those snow showers popping off till about midnight. Now, in Wisconsin and Michigan, 50% chance for the flurries for much of Wisconsin, but again, for the snow belt, still an 80% chance for that lake effect to give you a little more till about 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Low temps as cold as 2 below towards Cable Hayward, as warm as 5 above towards Ironwood and Bessemer. For tomorrow, Wisconsin, Michigan, partly cloudy sky, sunshine returns, high temp might top out near 20. That's cooler than normal by 18 degrees. Minnesota high temps, teens inland, maybe the 20s by the lake. That's cooler than normal. But with the extended forecast, we go from 18 Tuesday to 25 on Wednesday with a slight chance for flurries returning, then sunny and 30 Thursday, Friday. The weekend, another snow chance comes around, pretty much just flurries Saturday and Monday, Tony and Kristen, but 50-50 shot for maybe an inch or two of snow on Sunday with highs in the 30s.
Thanks, Dave. Well, for a year now, Cook residents have been coping with the loss of their only grocery store.
On November 12th last year, a blaze broke out at the Zoops in town overnight, taking the firefighters from several departments hours to put it out. 1 year later, the state fire marshal's office says the cause of the fire is still unknown.
So for the past 365 days, community members have had to make a 30-mile drive to their nearest supermarket. But as of recently, things have begun looking up. CBS 3's Gamio Hall was in town today as the rebuild continues.
I started at Zoops in April of 1998, so this was kind of home to me.
For Sharon Swanson, former office manager at Zoops Grocery in Cook, Minnesota, it was more than a store.
Your coworkers are your family, your customers are your family.
A place she considered home for 2 decades suddenly turned to ash.
It's like losing a part of the family.
For the past year, Cook residents have had to travel to supermarkets in Virginia, Ely, Evelyn, all more than a 30-mile trip.
It's terrible, especially when you have that last-minute item. You know, you're making a casserole and I don't have a can of soup I need for it. Now it's an hour.
But now, community members can head right down the road to this temporary Zoops, located right next to the old building.
Your basic stuff is here, but to do your $200 shopping, that would be Virginia.
For residents of Cook, having this temporary grocery store allows them to get the essentials.
At least for the time being.
This is more than just good old-fashioned mom-and-pop store, but I'll be anxious for the new one to open up.
Because just recently, the DBS Group laid the groundwork for a new 17,000-square-foot building.
Everybody's looking forward to it, though. Everybody in the whole community has been talking about it, and I can't go 5 feet without somebody saying, hey, when are we going to be done? So we got to hurry up.
As the community eagerly awaits.
We were a full-service grocery store, and we'll be back bigger and better. Can't wait.
Crews expect to have the rebuild completed by the end of May.
Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, the impeachment inquiry is going public later this week. This as the president takes to Twitter, pushing back. Details coming up.
CBS 3 live cams are brought to you by Kohler Toyota. Presidential award-winning service. You're not just getting a car, you're getting Kohler. KohlerToyota.com.
It's the giving season at Cary Toyota in Superior. Get a new vehicle before winter, and Toyota is giving low financing, lease specials, or cash back on almost every new vehicle. Plus, Cary Toyota is giving a donation to the Salvation Army for every vehicle sold. Or bring an item for Toys for Tots and get 10% off your service bill.
And our reserved parking spots are back at the Miller Hill Mall. So customers, stop by Cary Toyota and get your parking pass today.
It's the giving season at Cary Toyota in Superior.
Update your home with the safety and warmth of a gas fireplace with the best-looking flame in Duluth. At the Fireplace Corner, we take your old, drafty, wood-burning fireplace to warm and reliable with our Heat and Glow gas inserts. Our Heat and Glow selection and financing options are backed by our 100% done-right guarantee. Don't wait for the cold. Call or stop in today and visit your local Heat and Glow gas fireplace experts with the best-looking flame in Duluth. Or click thefireplacecorner.com for our full selection.
At Papa Murphy's, $10 Tuesday is about to be your new favorite day of the week. Every Tuesday, get any large pizza or build your own with up to 5 toppings for just $10. Tuesdays will never be the same. We make it, you make it. Papa Murphy's.
There are a lot of reasons why someone chooses to be an attorney, but I was motivated by one reason. I wanted to help people. And I've built Nicolay Law to become a firm full of people who are motivated to help others.
Clients generally come to us when they feel like their lives have been turned upside down.
So that's where we come in and they have somebody on their side.
They leave feeling as though they can rebuild their lives or grow from there. Nicolay Law, the North Shore's injury, disability, and bankruptcy law firm.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about part-time service.
I'm truly amazed at the effect that it has on people.
Thank you, Mom. Give a little bit of my love to you.
Charge your phasers for Star Trek Deep Space Nine.
Find heroes and icons only on My 9.
They're live, they're local. Watch the CBS3 News with Kristen Vaki and Anthony Matt tonight at 6, right after the CBS Evening News at 5:30.
The 2020 Honda Rubicon at RJ Sport and Cycle.
Court TV is now on the air on channel 3.4 with daily live gavel-to-gavel trial coverage. If you're watching television with an antenna, rescan your channels now to add Court TV on channel 3.4. Rescan now to get Court TV, your front row seat to justice.
The country is about to get a first-hand look at the House impeachment inquiry, with public hearings set to begin later this week.
That's right, and President Trump unleashed a series of tweets pushing back on the impeachment inquiry. In one, he accused Congressman Adam Schiff of releasing doctored witness transcripts and said Republicans should put out their own transcripts. Acting U.S. Ambassador to Ukraine Bill Taylor will be the first witness at Wednesday's public hearing. According to his deposition released last week, he testified it was his clear understanding security assistance money would not come until the president committed to pursue the investigation. Republicans have submitted a list of witnesses they want to testify at the hearings.
Meanwhile, several 2020 presidential hopefuls spent Veterans Day unveiling proposals to serve America's 20 million veterans. Today, Democratic presidential candidate Pete Buttigieg laid out his plans for America's veterans. He noted a lack of women in leadership positions and says if elected, he could name the country's first female VA secretary. Senator Elizabeth Warren says she wants to cut the suicide rate for veterans in half in 4 years and provide annual mental health checks for service members. Meanwhile, Senator Bernie Sanders called for substantially expanding access to VA mental health services. Sanders highlighted plans to fill nearly 50,000 slots for doctors and other medical professionals at facilities run by Veterans Affairs.
Kelly's here to talk sports. Got some basketball on tap tonight.
Oh yeah, UWS Timberwolves from D3 to the pros. Plus, I caught up with Duluth Marshall alum Lane Crenson prior to his Denver Pioneers taking on the UMD Bulldogs this weekend. That's next.
Curtains. In the evening, they close to give you privacy. In the morning, they open to welcome a new day. But what's behind those curtains? Bellinger. A designer who understands you. An expert to choose colors and textures. Craftsmen who make it happen. Bellinger draperies, shades, and blinds. Shades above the rest.
Real steel.
Find yours. Pick up the BG50 blower for only $139.95 or grab the easy-to-use BG56 CE handheld blower. For the biggest jobs, go for the most powerful backpack blower in the Steel lineup, the BR800 CE for $649.95.
Hold on to me. Don't let me go. Your first name is free. Last name is dumb.
For a limited time during SUV season, get over $6,500 total savings on a 2019 Ford Edge. Only at your Northland Ford dealers.
Fall is in the air at Oak Lake RV, so all 2019 models must go. You waited for the best time of year to buy, and this is definitely it. We have a great selection of new and late model trades that are all marked down. Trades welcome, featuring great brands like Coachman, Rockwood, Sierra, Palomino, and more. So stop in and tour our showroom today at Oak Lake RV in Moose Lake, family owned and operated since 1930.
The Dish voice remote just got even more powerful. Why'd we put so much technology in there?
You don't think I've watched a lot of football?
You want to put a little wager on it? Bet. So you can settle that bet without ever taking your eyes off the game. How many D1 football teams are there? What you do with that power?
Oh, it's gotta hurt.
Well, that is totally up to you.
Don't look so sad, man. Come on, we're having fun.
New Dish voice remote with the Google Assistant. Dish, tuned into you.
Your water softener needs salt. You buy it, lug it, pour it, over and over. Save salt and the hassle with a Culligan high-efficiency water softener, the world's best. Click or call Culligan Water and start saving today.
Coop's Pizza is the family favorite choice for pizza, Italian food, and sandwiches. Dine in, pick up carside, take and bake, or order Coop's frozen pizza online and get the great taste and fresh ingredients delivered for you to enjoy whenever you want. Coop's Pizza, Hayward, Wisconsin.
Now, CBS3 Sports with Kelly Hinson.
Well, in this edition of For the Love of the Game, you may remember the name Lane Crenson from a few years back. The 2016 Duluth Marshall graduate is in his freshman year with the Denver Pioneers. Of course, I had to catch up with the Twig, Minnesota native upon his return to AMSA Arena last Friday prior to the Pioneers facing off with UMD. I imagine this is a team that you maybe grew up watching. This is an arena that maybe you grew up in.
Ever since they were playing at the deck, I was at pretty much every single game, and I remember watching them, play Denver, and when Jason Zucker was on the team and guys like that. And I still remember our season tickets are. As soon as I kind of got here and checked out the rink, I looked right to where those were, and so yeah, it's definitely a weird feeling, and lots of memories in this building.
What about Denver was so appealing to you? What made you want to leave Bulldog Country and go down to Colorado?
Oh, it's they're the ones that came knocking, and obviously it's I got a sister who's been out there for a few years, and the facilities are great. The coaching staff is great. I've never really been a part of a team like this before. The guys, everyone's very self-motivated and very professional, and it's a really good thing to be a part of.
You guys are on quite the run. What have you learned so far in, this? It's early in the season, but from the returners that you have, because it's a pretty dangerous team that we've already seen.
Yeah, freshman year, you just want to be a sponge and soak up and learn as much as you can, and definitely learn by watching the old guys. Like I said, just now everyone's very professional. We got our captains. It's definitely, you learn a lot watching those guys. They when they speak up, everyone's listening, and they're very detailed and committed to the game, and they like to have fun too, and they're good guys. They're not too serious, if you know what I mean. So it's definitely a good balance, and like I said, I just learn a lot through watching those guys.
For that full interview, head to our website, CBS3Duluth.com, and click on For the Love of the Game. The UMD men's hockey team made that statement this weekend in a hard-fought, at times, what looked like kind of a painful series at home hosting Crenson's Pioneers. The Bulldogs technically get the split with Denver, tying on Friday night after a shootout loss and winning on Saturday night thanks to 5 different scorers. Bulldogs move up to number 6 in the national polls as of today. They're set for a series at Miami, Ohio this weekend. Both games will be on My9 Sports. Home opener for the UWS women's basketball team hosting Augsburg. Fourth quarter defense into offense. Emily Carpenter gets into a passing lane. She gets it to Callie Kostorova to Maddie Larson. Jackets by one. Later in the first, Marissa Ruiz with it up top, drives her way down the lane, scoops with the right hand. A back and forth game early. Superior leading scorers on the night, none other than Duluth native Ava Reinerston, 17 points. Great feed from Carpenter there, but Augsburg would pull away in the second quarter. They end up winning it by 26. The Timberwolves on the road taking on the Pistons, and former Wolves guard Derrick Rose. Third quarter, Minnesota up double digits. How about Andrew Wiggins? 33 points. He's been pretty good so far this season. As for Karl Anthony Towns, exactly what you'd expect. He can do from the outside and get really scary on the inside. Seconds ticking away in the third, puts Thon Maker on a poster. Oh my goodness, beats the buzzer with the jam. Timberwolves snap their 8-game losing streak to Detroit. They have an 8-game losing streak to Detroit that they snapped tonight. Not this season. That's going to do it for sports tonight. We'll be right back after the break.
CBS3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health. Frequent hand washing is the most effective way to stay healthy during cold and flu season. Do your part to limit the spread of germs.
From chopping wood to changing batteries, Fleet Farm has everything you need to get ready for winter. Whether it's pull out the winter workhorse season, turn up the heat season, or get your car snow-ready season. Plus, don't forget to schedule your tire change appointment at Fleet Farm before winter hits. There's a reason people say, if Fleet Farm doesn't have it, you don't need it. Fleet Farm, built for real life.
A Taco John's stuffed grilled taco makes a great stocking stuffer for stocking stuffers who have stockings that need to be stuffed, and stuffed well. Stuffed with layers on layers of savory stuff. Stuffed grilled tacos. Taco John's. Bigger, bolder, better.
My name is Dan Metcalf. I'm a general surgeon and a colorectal surgeon at Memorial Medical Center. I bring a new set of skills to Ashland, and some of what Ashland would allow me is a culture that is very patient-centered. That's a really important part of surgery or medicine in general, is really getting to know the people that you're taking care of. I get the joy of seeing patients every day and taking care of people every day and learning about their lives as well as fixing them.
Feel your devices come alive. Speeds from 100 meg up to 1 gig. Stunning streaming video. Unbeatable power. Wi-Fi on blast. 99.9% network reliability. 100% incredible. Switch to Extreme Internet 100 TA for $34.99 a month for 1 year. Call 844-EXTREME2.
With the last leaves falling, take your chance at the final dollars of autumn during Dovember at Black Bear Casino Resort. November 2nd, 16th, and 23rd from 6 to 9 p.m., 3 players will be selected each hour to punch out a prize up to $5,000 cash. And on Grand Prize Night, November 30th, 4 winners each hour will get their shot at the punch board and leave with up to $10,000 cash. Earn entries starting October 27th. Visit BlackBearCasinoResort.com for more information. Make the Bear your place.
I'm truly amazed at the effect that it has on people.
Thank you, Mom. Give a little bit of my love to you.
Men's Wardrobe by Mainstream Fashions for Men. The annual Gift Givers sale is going on now through December 31st. Mainstream, open Sundays noon to 4 until Christmas.
A Poplar, Wisconsin resident is honoring veterans in a very special way today. Charles Bergstein's front yard is peppered with about 50 American flags. He does this about 5 times a year. Many of the flags have the names of veterans written on them, including 2 who died in combat. Bergstein started doing this in 2015 with less than 24 flags, but as you can see here, it's grown immensely since then and now includes several special statues as well. And on Sunday, he flew the Marine flag in honor of their birthday.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Way to go.
Really nice display.
Dave, lots of Veterans Day events going on today, and the cold didn't stop anyone.
No, the annual march from the depot down to the deck went off without a hitch. They made it.
Yep, they sure did.
And it was pretty chilly here today, and likely will be chilly again tomorrow. A lot of towns will be dipping below 0 by a few degrees tonight. Closer to the lake, we might be huddling around 0. And then a top temp of only 18 will be far cooler than normal. The norm is 38. But then come Wednesday, it gets a little cloudier. We get a 30% chance for flurries, like a lot of us saw today. The UP, of course, didn't. They got heavier snows, indeed. 25 degrees we get back to. Then we get to 30 for Thursday, Friday with sunshine. Then for the weekend, mid-30s and a chance for some snow, especially on Sunday.
All right. Nothing we can't handle.
Nope.
Thanks, Dave. Well, thanks for joining us, and happy Veterans Day from all of us here at CBS3.
We'll see you tomorrow.